Hey fans, what's up? It's Gamer Guy 7 Aces back with more Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Alright, in the previous episode, I don't even remember what I did, but right now I'm playing continuing the Dark Story, and I'm joined with a special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, this is Blue of BlueRush1992. I hate Sonic. So,
yeah.
yeah, this has gone on just fine already.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a question though, like, you know, when you say that Sonic is dead, like, is that a joke, or like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so mainly I see I kind of stretch it to the point where it gets like ridiculous as like a joke, but to be honest, his games just haven't been impressing lately. Like honestly, like Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric literally killed Sonic for me, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at that, I was like, this game is gonna fail, and it did, and I did not know it was gonna fail as much as it did. I just thought it was going to be a mediocre title, but no, it turned out to be one of the worst titles ever.
Since Sonic 06, but yeah, to be honest, I really didn't have any faith in that game because it was a spin-off, and the moment I saw like the gameplay of it, I was like, yeah, this game is not going to be great.
I'm just surprised 20 million went up there. Like, I don't know, like 19 million must have went up Steven Frost's ass or something, because there's no way I see 20 million in that product right there.
No way.
Soundtrack is like... looks like it just got ripped off of a royalty-free music library. Just
exactly, yeah.
Like orchestral music. Oh, where are you going?
Yeah, I went off that slope, and I was almost close to the road. I don't know how that happened. I guess I need more momentum. But yeah. So,
momentum.
okay, so...
That requires physics. That requires a good Sonic game. So,
yeah.
You're not going to find much of that around, so...
Yeah, okay, so I got a question, like, as far as the 3D Sonic games go, like, what games do you consider good Sonic games? Like, do you think Generations, Colors, Lost World, or do you think that there hasn't been a good Sonic game since the adventure games?
The adventure games were the best 3D games. I also like Unleashed as well. Generations, it's very... I don't know what to say about Generations. Like, like, if I were to express my opinions for Generations, it could take like about an hour, to be honest.
Really?
Like, there are a lot of bad things and a lot of good things I like about that game. It's like, I don't know, but I can't call it. I'll say the game is good, but is it good for me? No. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's just... When I think of Generations, I don't think of a Sonic game. It's more like a Sonic anniversary celebration kind of collaboration kind of thing. It's not its own game. People got to stop just being like, oh, Generations is such a good game. Well, okay, so what's so good about it? You know, you revisit stages that already existed.
But to be honest, like a lot of people, since I grew up on the classic games, every time I say that I love Generations, like usually people be like, oh, you just love it because of the 2D Sonic. And I'll be like, actually no, because like if I were to be like nitpicky, classic Sonic doesn't even really play as classic Sonic. Like, I love the game more for the modern Sonic levels. I mean, I just
that's basically the only part people play, actually. Like, I remember when classic Sonic was all the hype, but now like people are noticing that, you know, Generations kind of did improve on the modern Sonic level designs. It's not like a straight line like Unleashed was, but so yeah, I mean, that's the better part of the game right there.
I mean, the classic Sonic stages were definitely not bad. I mean, it's way better than Sonic 4. It was more just as a nostalgia level, like, oh man, I remember the good old days. But usually it's the modern game I play, because if I want to play a great classic Sonic game, I'll just play Sonic 3.
The thing is, like, you buy a game, you buy these like modern Sonic games for 3D. They always advertise it in 3D all the time, and then all of a sudden the camera pans, and you know, there goes your hopes and dreams, and just... You know,
I think they kind of need to stop that now.
They really do. I'm tired of seeing the camera start panning over to 2D. Like, honestly, that is the worst feeling right there. You're like, all right, this stage is turning out pretty good. Wait, what's happening? What's turning to the right? Oh no.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all you get. You get a bunch of 2D Sonic and modern Sonic, and I don't know. I'm just tired of that now. Like,
I think
just want a fully 3D game now. Like, even I thought Rise of Lyric was gonna be a fully 3D. Then I saw the mind level.
And I was like,
wait,
really?
what is this?
I know. See, that's one thing I have to appreciate a little about Lost World. Like when there was a 3D level, it was all the way 3D. Like, I mean, you can say whatever you want about that game.
Basically, I think the stages were kind of split like this. They were kind of like Act 1 was like all 3D, and then Act 2 was like, it could either be like a kind of a mix, or it could be like it was like either more focusing on 2D or something like that.
Yeah, 2 levels were the worst.
Act 3 was more of like the gimmick stage, I think, more of the gimmick. And then like Act 4 was like 2D and 3D.
Yeah,
I really like how it separated things like that. But I just want to see fully 3D stages. I mean, I'm just tired of this now, and
Yeah.
oh boy, look at that picture in the background.
Yeah, man, it's like like so far we're talking about Sonic, and I'm playing like such an un-Sonic-y level. I've just been racing as Rouge. This is specifically a just a transition level.
I just love how they use just a generic picture, just
Yeah.
a picture of the city, and like right there.
So
I mean,
funny. Like the water looks pretty real though for back in the day, but I mean it doesn't like really match with the aesthetic of the level, but it's cool. Like it was great back then, you know.
I don't know. I didn't really play much of Adventure 2. I wasn't really a Sonic fan until about Sonic Unleashed, so I'm pretty new.
Wow,
But
really new.
yeah.
So okay,
Yeah,
you know,
pretty-
like when people say that Sonic Colors was the game that brought Sonic back after Dark Ages, like, do you believe that? You still like Colors, or you never like?
I used to think Colors was pretty good, but now the more I play, it's just like the more I get disappointed in it. Like there was some good potential in there. There were some stages like Aquarium Park Act 6. That is my favorite stage in the entire game. Sure, you have to go through a whole... Okay,
Yeah.
basically it's like you go through a whole bunch of underwater 2D... Okay, you restart here.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I didn't like how I was like, I want to hit that dash panel. You know? Just
Okay,
like
so-
that, yeah.
Basically, you go through a whole bunch of 2D water stuff. So, I mean, that's the part I don't like. But then
Yeah.
after that, you're actually running, and then you have a big pit.
Yeah.
So you jump over onto a waterfall, and then it's a fully 3D area. Like there's no like
yeah, I know what
boosters
you're
or
talking
anything.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fully 3D. It's like you can explore everything. It's like a Sonic Adventure level, and I love that so much because Adventure is like my favorite 3D Sonic game.
See, and that's why when it comes to Sonic Colors, the level I found out that I like a lot is Asteroid Coaster Act 1, because that's like completely 3D except that one section in the like near the end that's 2D, because it's kind of hard to make that in the 3D since it's gravitational, you know, platform.
Yeah, I really like it when Colors tries to do the 3D platforming thing.
Yeah.
Too bad most of the sections are just like, if you're 3D, you're either quick stepping,
Or just
or you're
running.
drifting,
Yeah.
or you're boosting. I mean, that's basically all you're
Yeah,
doing
the
in
drifting
3D.
was weird
but-
in that game. It was really.
I mean, I'm glad that Generations still brought back some actual platforming
Yeah.
in the 3D sections, and Lost World did even more of that,
Yeah.
which I'm kind of glad for. But just, I don't know, they have to figure out some sort of formula here.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
do.
want to see 2D. Like, if they want to bring back Classic Sonic, see, what I thought Generations was going to do was going to be like, okay, they're going to split off, you know?
Yeah.
Classic Sonic will get his own series of games for his 2D action.
Yeah.
Modern Sonic will become fully 3D, and then there you go. You get two separate Sonics,
Yeah.
two separate, like, franchises, basically. They're two separate series, and then you can keep going on. I mean, they can go on simultaneously. Like, you know, like this random Sonic game. This took place before Adventure and Three Knuckles and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know, you can bring back some of the old characters, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. So, like, do you think that people are too harsh on Sonic Lost World, or that it's a good game?
Okay. When it comes to Lost World, I don't know. When it comes to Lost World, it's just all over the place.
it
Like,
is.
I like certain sections. I like a lot of things, but also I don't like a lot of things that they did with the game. It's like they messed up the game so badly and what they wanted to do with it. Also, it was just too much like Mario. Like,
Yeah,
every
too
single
much, yeah.
stage is like people are saying like it's too much like Mario Galaxy. No, it's more like New Super Mario Bros. U in 3D.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. You know, you got the desert. You got like where was Tropical Coast? Is that what it's called? The
yeah,
third
Tropical
level?
Coast, and then like basically like
Tropical Coast
yeah.
looks like sparkling waters.
Yeah, everything,
You know,
like,
it even has like the gray like rock thing,
Yeah.
and then like the grass. Yeah, so I was just like, this is Mario. Like
Yeah.
it's Mario.
And the last world is like lava and everything. It's like, yeah, there's no hiding that this is like Mario. It's like Mario Bros. And Mario Galaxy. It's not even like Sonic Extreme. We thought it was like Sonic Extreme until I think they interviewed Iizuka, and he said no, it took no inspiration from Extreme. Like, dude, you guys just shot yourselves in the foot, because he said it's inspired by the Galaxy games. Like, well, there you have it. But yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, like when it comes to the modern Sonic games, like I still like Colors and Generations are my favorite, even though I hate getting the red rings in Colors. But like I like Adventure. Like, I love the controls. I think Sonic controlled the best in the Adventure games. But I just hate the treasure hunting levels and the mech levels. Like, you know, like when it comes to Sonic and Shadow levels, like they're the best. But everything else, I don't know.
Yeah, really when it comes to Adventure 2, I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan, honestly. I haven't played the game in a really long time, so I hope to maybe live stream it someday,
Yeah,
and
you should.
hopefully I can like change my opinions a bit, because honestly, I want to know why people think this game is great. I want to know, like, so far, like, I played this game when I was like, what, maybe 10, something around that, but, you know, that was like when the game was already out. Like, it's been a while, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only 16, so I wasn't there when the game first came out, and I didn't become a Sonic fan until 2008, so that was like around maybe 2010. I know around then I started to go back to the old Sonic games, but I was already used to the new ones. I just couldn't go back to these old ones.
I remember when this game came out, I was like 11. Yeah, I was 11 when it came out. But yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't there when it was around the SA2 hype, really. It was just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, mainly, like, the most I knew about Sonic at one point was, like, just watching, like, a whole bunch of, like, His World AMVs, and, like, I was like, this song's pretty cool, and then, like, you know, it was, like, a whole bunch of, like, Sonic 06 clips, and, like, you know, Sonic 06 looks really cool.
Oh, yeah, I thought it looked cool, too, at first, but, yeah. The game that brought me back to Sonic was Unleashed, too, because, like, after the classic games and Adventure, I just, like, took a huge break from Sonic. I was like, that was the one Sonic game actually played and wanted, actually. Like, I remember when I was little and I got my GameCube, I got Sonic Heroes, but I had no idea how to play that game because I sucked ass. Yeah. So basically what I had to do was just, I would just like go back and delete my save and just watch the CGI cutscenes. Yeah. That's all I would do the whole time. Oh, wow. I wouldn't do anything else. Yeah. And when I got my Wii, I actually got Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I had no idea how to play that game either. So, you know, I kind of stopped playing that after a while. Yeah, it's kind of, the motion controls are just annoying. Yeah, so then eventually I played Unleashed, and that got me into the Sonic franchise, really. I started going back into the other games and started playing Secret Rings again, and, you know, now I kind of like more of these Sonic games, you know, now I just go back and kind of experience some of them. So have you ever played you played the classics, right, like the 2D games? Oh, yeah, I played the classics. That was around, like, the Sonic 4 hype, so that's when I started playing the classics. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I did that. All right, cool. I mastered Sonic 3, though, so, you know. So do you prefer the 2D games or the 3D games? I prefer 3D because, I don't know, like, I feel like, okay, the 2D games are great and all, but, like, what I want right now is 3D. Yeah, like, I can't deny how amazing the classics are, but, you know, just, I want to see more of 3D Sonic. Like, it has so much potential that he has going for him. There's so many, like, it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of sad because you're never really going to know the full potential of modern Sonic. Yeah, see, that's the problem I have with Sega. They try to play it safe too much, but, like, they can't even do 2D Sonic right anymore. Like Sonic 4 Episode 2, for example, is like, how hard is it to just, like, replicate, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles? And, I mean, and just to make it, like, just modernize and make it a lot better. But what they do is, like, they try to, like, take all the inspiration from Sonic 2, and they didn't even do it right. So, I don't know. I just thought that Sonic 4 was very disappointing. But yeah, I played Sonic 4 when it came out. I thought it was pretty decent, but now I don't know what to think about the game. It's just like, it just kind of just goes by, really. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really count, like, I don't count it as canon. I don't think it's canon anymore, actually. I don't count it as canon anymore. But so yeah, it's just nothing really. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like Sega tries too much. Like it's the problem with modern Sonic too. Like they've switched so many gameplay styles around that honestly no one's gonna be happy anymore. There's still people who want the classics. There's still people who like adventure. Yeah. People who like Heroes. 06. You know, the gameplay has changed so much over this time that no one's going to be satisfied with the games now. There's going to still be people being like, why doesn't Sonic have a boost anymore? Like, see, the funny Mario, thing is with Mario, it's pretty simple because there's only like three 3D gameplay styles. Like the 3D land, 3D world games, the Galaxy games, and 64 really. Exactly. That's about it. Yeah, I think that they need to get back. Well, I mean, as far as like Sonic is concerned, I think they need to just like mix. If they could like find a balance between the boosting, the parkour, whatever of Lost World, and the gameplay of Adventure, like with the Sonic levels, I think they can make the perfect 3D Sonic game. But I don't know. I really feel like Lost World really had a lot of potential, this parkour thing. It just wasn't used. Like every single time it was always like a bunch of springs taking you instead. Like the whole game's being like Sonic's new moves, parkour. Yeah. But you know, by the time that you actually try parkouring, there's already a spring there to help you, by the way. So it's just, I don't know. It's just they
they just wasted their opportunity there.
Yeah, it's
to make
crazy.
that Sonic game unique. So yeah.
But yeah, it looks like I'm done with this. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing Mad Space. But all right, guys, that wraps it up for today. So thanks for watching, and thank you, Blue Rush, for joining me. Is there anything else you want to say about your channel?
No, not really. Check out my channel, guys, because I hate on Sonic. If you want to.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to ask you about Sonic Central. Like, you know, like what's the whole point of that channel, or like how did you create it? And
that was created by Radioactive Raw SNG, really.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of rounded up everyone else, really.
Oh.
So I didn't have any part in creating it. I just kind of make stuff for it. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, people just want different things on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I play the bad games, like the games that like
06.
get bad reviews,
Yeah.
and like, you know, there's another person who does like the really good ones.
Yeah.
So, you know, it goes off like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff, you know, different stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So alright guys, that wraps it up, and be sure to check out Blue Rush's channel. He has some awesome, like, cool skits and funny videos, especially the one about Sonic and Elise. That one's hilarious. But
Oh yeah, I want to do more of that stuff too.
yeah, you should. Alright guys, take care, and until next time, swag out.
I don't care what happens to the world.